Dave Filoni's movie is going to be entitled Heir to the Empire, much like Timothy Zahn's first novel in his Thrawn trilogy back in the early 1990s. If this is true, I really don't know how I feel about this. Because think about it. Heir to the Empire that trilogy was the true sequel of the Star Wars trilogy. You get Luke going on adventures. You have Han and Leia going on adventures, and Chewbacca. Everybody's there. They're all on their separate adventures. Written very, very well. You have Grand Admiral Thrawn make his appearance, and he was a great villain for those characters. He was a different type of villain than Darth Vader. It was nice to see such a change of pace when it comes to villain in Star Wars. It wasn't just another masked Force user. No, he was a admiral. He was a military-focused admiral. And that was awesome. Now, we got him. We got Grand Admiral Thrawn in Rebels, and we're going to get him again in Ahsoka. And it makes sense that he's going to be the big bad here. But to call it Heir to the Empire, I think, does a disservice to what Timothy Zahn made in the 90s, which was a fantastic trilogy of books. In a way, fans are going to be excited because they're going to look at it and think, yeah, we're finally getting the sequel trilogy that we so desired and wanted in 2015 and 2017 and 2019 that we unfortunately did not get. But does it really work if the players aren't the same as they were back then in the original Heir to the Empire book? Now, don't get me wrong. I think what they did with Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett, I think he looked fantastic. I think that they can improve on that. It could work even better, and he could be a major player in this. I think they could do the same thing for Leia. They could do the same thing for Han. And obviously, Chewbacca is still there. So these characters could absolutely play a major role in this film. But let's face it, they won't be the main characters. Ahsoka will be the main. The Mandalorian, Grogu. They will be the main characters. Characters that were never even imagined or thought of back in 1990. We already know that how Lucas felt about Mara Jade. He wasn't a big fan of Mara Jade. Could she finally make an appearance and come into this? It's going to be interesting. It's definitely, excuse me, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happened with this. Because Heir to the Empire, when people look at that and think of that name, they think of that Timothy Zahn novel, which was a massive hit with all Star Wars fans. I love Dave Filoni. I think he is a genius when it comes to Star Wars. Sure, he has some misses, but so did George Lucas. This could be a major miss for him. It really could be. I think they could go really far with this and make something fantastic. But I personally think that they could. They could drop the ball here. And it could end up hurting Star Wars quite a bit. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think about this, because Heir to the Empire, I mean, let's just take a look at it here. Heir to the Empire was just a fantastic novel. You know, it played with different aspects of cloning, all about the Force users. You know, like there's so much about this trilogy that when you look at it and think about it, it's almost impossible to put that all into one film. And not only that, to utilize different characters for these scenarios. I just can't figure it out. I can't figure out how they would do it. But then it comes to question, are they going to do the entire trilogy? Is it not just one movie? Are they saying Dave Filoni's getting one movie, but it's going to be a trilogy of film? And is he going to do the entire Heir to the Empire trilogy, but just finagle it and twist it in a way that fits his characters that he created and that he has been building for the last 10, 15 years? Be interesting. I don't know. I still don't like the idea of using the Heir to the Empire name, though. Only because of what it means to Star Wars and to Star Wars fans. And then it would almost be a slap in the face to Lucasfilm and J.J. Abrams for the crap that they made in the sequel trilogy and how they mess that up in Rian Johnson as well. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know what you think about this. Learn in the comments. Thank you so much for listening, watching. With all that said, may the Force be with you.